Hello and welcome to Just One Question. This is your host Neelakshi Sargupta, and I have with me once again the much loved and the very talented actor, producer Kaizad Kotwal. Hey Kaizad, I'm back with another question for you. I have been hearing about problems that artists, performers in the theatre world face regularly, and it has been so for many years now. Is there no solution?
So, it's easy to complain about what's not going right, especially if you're in that place. But I think there are very sort of easy solutions to some of these things. And what we need to do is I think we have to start finding people who can become patrons of the arts. That for them it's not about the money or making money in return. You have to understand that the arts have a value outside of their monetary value. And I'm talking about not just professional art, but I'm talking in the high schools, in the middle schools, anywhere. We have to have people who are willing to support them for their intrinsic value and what they do to make our society at large healthier and better. So I think we've got to start targeting those people to develop it. I think the other thing is that the government needs to step in as a patron, but without condition or without corruption. So you can't say that as a government I will fund your play. It will have to be a play about this. It has to be that unconditional support for the arts again, because the arts make for better citizens. So, and the other thing I would say is that I really think that we need to turn over our arts institutions, whether they be museums or theatres, to be run by people who are trained and who know what they're doing. You can't take marketing executives from a makeup company or from people who've sold coffee in the past and say they will market the arts. No. This is exactly why we're in the soup we're in. You can't have bureaucrats running theatres. There are plenty of management courses today in the arts. And just as you manage a company that makes textiles or automobile parts, there is a way to manage arts institutions. And for that you have to know art first, just as you have to know nuts and bolts and iron and metal and aluminum to make airplanes and those things. Until we get that correct, that there is a way and the right people to do these jobs. So the solutions are there. It's just who's going to take that on.
But there are people who want to do good work, better work in fact.
I think that's true in a lot, or somewhere along then they have to compromise and then start to, and I've seen this happen to directors, I've seen this happen to writers, to actors, and part of it is just the necessity is that you have to make a living at the end of the day. You have to pay your bills, you have to feed your family, just as much as anybody else. But, on the other hand, I do say that there are some people who are doing amazing work. And the sad thing is that most of that work only finds its recognition overseas. Or if it finds it overseas, then somebody joins the bandwagon and says, I'll put my name on the top and I'll be the producer. No, why didn't you invest the money initially? Right, where were your spirits and courage to back the work when they needed you, when they needed your name, your money, your platform? See, it's easy for something to succeed, get Oscar buzz, and then we'll say, I'll put my name as presenter.
With the advent of the OTT growth, artists have found their voices to some extent, isn't it?
The web series have proved to be an interesting place because web series so far at least have not found the government's ire and control. So everybody is fuck this, fuck that is now the lingua franca of those scripts. There's a lot of sort of what they call sex and bold acts, that word itself is kind of repulsive, happening in the web space. But again, it's not necessarily content driven. It's this kind of repression of all the last 50 years of not being able to do that's coming out in these very sort of juvenile product, largely speaking again, So again, content development needs to be key and crucial. And again, what's impressed me a lot about the West now, since you've had 2 or 3 generations of people of other ethnicities, whether they're Indian origin, Chinese origin, Korean, whatever it is, Greek, Middle Eastern, that those young people are now able to compete equally with their white counterparts as writers, as actors, as directors, as producers, because they've all trained and they've all worked towards becoming competent, And so I'm very thrilled by that development in the West. Some of the finest playwrights working in America today in the younger generation, both male and female, are of Indian origin. Their parents or their grandparents moved to America when they did. And I think that that's absolutely brilliant.
So, if I hear you right, you're saying that we do have the talent, but what we need is more training and financial support. Stories are aplenty. Training can get us at par with our Western counterparts. Thanks for this, Kaizad. This can be quite an eye-opener for many. I hope the right people are also listening in. And that was Kaizad Kotwal with his thoughts and suggestions on how we can scale up our talent and position ourselves better in the global platform. Thank you for listening in. This is Neelakshi Sengupta, and you had tuned in to Just One Question.